So let's talk about our relationship with technology. It's a huge part of modern life, isn't it? But here's the big question. Are we really the ones in control? Or has the script been flipped on us? Let's get into it.
Does this sound at all familiar? You know, that constant buzz in your pocket, the endless scroll on your screen, that nagging feeling that you're always on, always supposed to be available, and somehow always a little bit behind.
Look, if you're nodding your head right now, you are so not alone. Feeling this way, this digital exhaustion, it isn't some kind of personal failure. It's actually a perfectly logical reaction to the world we're living in. And there's a name for what's happening.
To really get why we feel so frazzled, we have to zoom out and look at these massive forces at play. We're living in what some people call the age of acceleration, where it feels like the speed limit for life just keeps getting higher and higher. A sociologist named Hartmut Rosa actually gave it a name: social acceleration. The idea is pretty simple. Everything is speeding up. How we work, how we talk to each other, even how quickly our culture changes. It's all happening faster than ever before. And it creates this relentless pressure to just keep up.
So what does this actually feel like? Well, it creates this constant sense that you're running out of time, right? That there just aren't enough hours in the day. We feel overwhelmed, a little disconnected, and there's this huge pressure to stay plugged in just so we don't fall behind. And you know what's a huge tell? It becomes almost impossible to just do nothing. Being unproductive starts to feel wrong, almost like a sin.
And this is the engine that's driving all of that speed. We live in what's called the attention economy. Your focus, your ability to concentrate, that's not just something you have, it's a product. Seriously, companies are in the business of capturing your eyeballs and then selling them to the highest bidder. Every time you pull down to refresh a feed, it's like pulling the lever on a slot machine. They've designed it to keep you hooked. Your attention is the currency.
Okay, so if we're living in a world that is literally designed to speed us up and sell our attention, what in the world do we do about it? Well, the answer isn't some quick fix or a simple life hack. It's a whole philosophy.
This is the core idea of digital minimalism, a term from the author Cal Newport. Let's just break that down for a sec. It's not about hating technology or throwing your phone away. It's about being incredibly intentional. You figure out what you really value, find the few online tools that actually support those values, and then, this is the magic part, you happily miss out on everything else. It's all about quality, not quantity.
Now, this is a really important distinction to make. Digital minimalism is not the same thing as a digital detox. A detox is like a vacation. You unplug for a weekend, you feel great, but then you come back to the same old habits. Minimalism is a long-term philosophy. It's a sustainable change to how you use technology, not if you use it.
Making this change isn't exactly a walk in the park, though. It means you're actively choosing to go against the grain, to push back against how society is set up by default. It is, by its very nature, a path of resistance.
But you know what? Resistance can start really small. A great first step? Just turn off all the notifications on your phone that aren't from an actual human. Next, create some sacred, screen-free zones in your life, maybe the dinner table or your bedroom. Instead of letting tech dictate your schedule, you schedule time for it. And here's one I love. Next time you go for a short walk, just leave your phone at home. See how it feels to just be present.
But let's be real, it's not always easy. You're going to hit some hurdles. That fear of missing out, FOMO, it is a powerful, powerful feeling. And then there's the genuine discomfort of just facing the silence when you don't have a screen to distract you. You're literally fighting against apps designed by geniuses to be addictive. And on top of all that, there's social pressure from people who just expect you to be online and available 24/7.
So, why go through all that trouble? What's the big reward at the end of this path? Well, it's something profound. It's about reclaiming something our modern world has almost made us forget how to value: being alone. And no, that probably doesn't mean what you think it means.
And here it is, the crucial difference. Solitude and loneliness are two completely different things. They're opposites. Loneliness is the pain of being alone. It's a negative feeling of being cut off. But solitude? Solitude is the glory of being alone. It's a positive state that you choose. It's where creativity happens. It's where you get to know yourself. It's the difference between feeling deserted and feeling free. And the benefits of embracing that positive solitude, they're incredible. You get real freedom because you're not being constantly influenced by what everyone else is doing or saying. With all the distractions gone, new ideas finally have room to surface. It gives you the space to really examine your own thoughts, to figure out who you are without all the noise. This is the whole point. Now, of course, we've got to be clear here. This is all about choosing positive solitude, not being forced into negative isolation. The research is very, very clear that being isolated against your will is incredibly damaging. It can lead to anxiety, depression, the whole works. The key word in all of this is, and always will be, choice.
Okay, let's bring this all home. This whole journey, this philosophy, it's not about running away from the modern world. It's about finding your own place in it, but on your own terms. It's about taking back the thing that is most fundamentally yours, your time and your attention.
You know, a person in a study about digital minimalism said it perfectly. They said, it felt like I had lost power in some way, and now I wanted to take back my life, and that it's me who controls. That's it right there. It's not about the phone, it's about that feeling of being in control.
And really, that's the big takeaway. This is not an anti-technology message at all. It's a pro-human message. Digital minimalism is just about you deciding what role technology gets to play in your life. It's about you taking back the controls.
So, I'll leave you with this to think about. If you managed to claw back some of that time and attention from all the digital noise, what would you do with it? What in your life is truly worth your focus?